great Martin Dihigo is not a household name. Oh, but he should be. Because there are many who believe that Martin Dihigo is the greatest baseball player of all time, black or white. One thing that we do know, he is the most versatile baseball player in the history of the sport. Oh yeah, played all 9 positions and played all 9 of them well. 1938, he wins the pitching title. He posts an 18-2 record with a microscopic 0.90 ERA. But oh, it gets better. He hits .387 that same season and won the batting title as well. How is it possible that we don't know the name of a player of this magnitude?
Ready to go. And now Harvey. Here comes a pitch. And that is in for a strike. And away we go this afternoon. Next offering misses. 1-1.
Just missed with that backdoor breaking ball. If he gets a swing and miss or called strike, 0-2 count. Instead, it's 1-1. Look for him to go back to that pitch later in this at bat.
That one to first. Bates takes it to the bag, and Dihigo gets the first out of the inning. Marshall now at the plate as he swings through strike 1. The next pitch misses, and that's ball 1. Martin Dihigo, so unbelievably versatile, able to play every position on the diamond and at elite levels. Next pitch misses, and the count is 3-1. Chris, that 1938 season in the Mexican League, for Dihigo to go 18-2 pitching and win the batting title at the same time, it's just unthinkable.
Yeah, and I mean, the only other guys who've ever done something in the same ballpark are Babe Ruth and Shohei Ohtani. He could beat you every single day in every way.
And now it's going to be Reese. Popped up right side. Miller pulls it down, and that'll do it. Back now from Hilldale Park. And now the right fielder, Bell. That one's in there, and that is strike 1.
And going back to Dihigo's versatility, Boog, in 1935, guy started in center field and batted third in the East-West All-Star game. Then he pitched in relief later on. This is way before Shohei Ohtani did something similar in 2021.
Got it by him for the K. And now, Taylor. That one's in there, 0-1. No score here in the second.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Next pitch misses inside. And the count 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Dihigo winds and fires. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Dihigo comes to the plate. And now 2-2. Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play. Swing and a miss, struck him out. 2 away now for Dihigo. And here's the catcher, Gardner. Bounce to the left side. Slings it across. Third out, and that ends the frame. Top half of the third inning. And now here is Hunter. Swing and a miss.
0 balls, 1 strike.
And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it. The 0-2 from Dihigo. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes and one away. Here's the second baseman, Waters. In the air, foul off first, and he makes the catch. And there's two down. So two down now, and here is Phillips. Check swing, but he went too far.
0-1.
0-1. Check swing, and he held up. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's strike two. That's off the mark. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs. And down on strikes. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Here's Dihigo. On the ground to the left. To first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
The year is 1938 in Mexico, and 2 pitching combatants are going at it. One was the name of the legendary Satchel Paige. The other, a young player from Cuba by the name of Dihigo. Toe-to-toe, blow for blow, in the Mexican heat. They pitch to a 1-to-1 duel when the heat finally gets to Satchel, but Dihigo still goes strong. And eventually, it would be Dihigo who would handle his own business and hit a walk-off home run to win the game for himself.
Bottom of the second. Dihigo digging in now. And a pitch. In the air, out towards right center. Bradley under it. Makes the grab, and there's one down. And first offering is fouled off.
A little tardy on that fastball. Is going to have to get it going a little quicker. Get that front foot down.
This to center field. Newman under this one. He's got it. Runner tagging for third. And he's in safely at third with 1 out. Strike 1.
No ball. 1 strike.
Into center. Newman makes the catch for the out. 2 down. First offering misses the mark.
1-0.
Swing and a drive. Satchel will just watch it go. Dihigo with a big-time blast. That one is long gone.
Young Dihigo was not unlike most young baseball players who struggle hitting the curveball. Well, as my friend Buck O'Neill would say when a reporter once asked him, said, "Mr. O'Neill, how do you hit a great curveball?" Buck O'Neill's reply was, "By not missing the fastball." It took a young Martin Dihigo a little while before he caught on to the nuances of trying to hit a curveball. Oh, but when he did, he raked everything. And he was hitting line drives all over the place. He was hitting mammoth home runs that some would estimate would travel as much as 500 feet. He worked himself into being more than just a serviceable hitter of that curveball, to the point where he became a great curveball hitter.
Here's Martin Dihigo stepping into the box. And a pitch. Right side. Bell in position. Brings it in. Runners tagging from second and third. Throw is offline, and he scores. And it's 1-0.
Martin Dihigo was such a good hitter. People said he was struggling because he was batting .261 when he was just 19 years old. And a lot of that had to do with hitting curveballs. But I don't know. That's really good for that age.
And the next pitch is way outside.
After his first 2 pro seasons, Martin hit over 300 in each of the next 8 years. And it honestly might have been even longer than that, since we don't have full records for a bunch of his career. Just about 6 years' worth.
Hunter fires to third, and he's safe at third. A run comes in on the play.
Well, he gets it done in a big spot to get the run across. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
Smash to the left side. 1 up, 1 down. First offering, and it just misses. In the air, fairly deep to right field. Bell makes the grab, and that's the inning. Here's Dihigo. The pitch. Bases juiced, no outs.
The opportunity for a huge inning exists right here. Bases loaded, nobody out. But as a hitter, can't be over anxious. That pitcher's up against the wall. Make him come to you.
There's one. Safe at first. They won't get them both, and the runner comes in from third. And first offering is fouled off. Off the mark. That's there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hit hard on the ground to short. Slings to first, and that is the inning. Back to the mound. It hit him. To first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. He got a backdoor breaking ball. Really easy to give up on that pitch, but he stayed on it and shot it right back in the direction it was breaking from. Really nice job of letting it travel.
In the dirt, but kept close. But no advance from the runners. And a pitch. And it's even up. Next one misses,
That's the ball.
and it's 2-1.
2-1.
On the ground to third, might be 2. To second for 1. High throw to first, and he can't reach it. So 2 down, and next will be the cleanup hitter, Martin Dihigo. In there for strike 1. There's a swing and a drive. Hunter raging back towards the wall. Pulls it in on the warning track.
No, that missed. That's the ball. 1-0.
On the ground to short. They take the force out. That ends the frame. Martin Dihigo digging in now. The pitch. Ball 1 there. It's off his chest. 1 runs in. Another comes in to score. It's 2-zip, and he's got a double.
He was all over that one. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play. Kicks and deals. Ripped to third and caught. Throw behind the runner, and they've got him doubled off. That clips the zone. Strike 1. Swings and sends a rocket to right. Puts the squeeze on it. 2 down. The pitch. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Gardner puts it away for the out. 1 away. The wind of the pitch. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Now he turns and heads for second. And he's got his second double of the game.
The great Martin Dihigo, a throwing arm that many says not only rivaled, but surpassed the arm of Roberto Clemente. To have an arm that was even remotely compared to Roberto Clemente is the ultimate compliment. But to have one that some say surpassed Clemente, that's next level. Oh, it just makes you wish you could have seen it.
Welcome back. We head to the bottom of the second. Here's a speed threat, Martin Dihigo.
Now, there's an amazing story about Martin Dihigo. He was leading off third base, and suddenly he starts yelling at the pitcher balk. Starts walking towards home, yelling, "You balk, you balk," over and over again. And then he touches the plate and smiles because he stole home while walking the entire way.
The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. That's smashed towards center. And that's a base hit.
Perfectly for him right there. Just a very nice approach and swing right there to use the big part of the field. Everything was on time. He stayed balanced through the entire swing and just launched that one into center.
down the line towards the corner. Terry under it and puts the squeeze on that one. And that is that. And the first pitch misses for ball one.
How crazy was Martine's baseball IQ that he could trick an entire team like he did on that steal of home? I just love how creative players were and how they played the sport back then. It's just too bad we don't have much footage of those games.
And that's in there for strike one. Two outs, bases are full. Base hit, left center field. One run is in. Another comes in to score, and they're up by 4. Safe at second with a double. Third hit for him this afternoon. Now here's an easy out with a pair of runners stranded together. Things getting a little messy. Back now from Hilldale Park. Now at the plate, Martin Dihigo. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Kind of a risky pitch coming inside with the breaking ball like that. You have to bury it. Otherwise, it's not too difficult to get the bat to it like he did that time. Now, there's an amazing story about Martin Dihigo. He was leading off third base, and suddenly he starts yelling at the pitcher balk. He starts walking towards home, yelling, "You balk, you balk," over and over again. And then he touches the plate and smiles because he stole home while walking the entire way.
Runner leads away at second. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
High in the air, out to right. He makes the grab. Runner tags up for third, and he's up to third safely with 2 gone.
How crazy was Martine's baseball IQ that he could trick an entire team like he did on that steal of home? I just love how creative players were and how they played the sport back then. It's just too bad we don't have much footage of those games.
And makes the grab. That's out number 2. Bottom of the inning. Here's Martin Dihigo stepping into the box. The wind and the pitch. Center field. And there's one away. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Bates coming home. The throw into second. The tag, and they cut him down going for 2. That ends the inning, but they do score a run here. Raymond back to work. And a base hit on a line.
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee. But I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
The 0-1. Dihigo with a big-time blast. That one is long gone. Back here at the ballpark, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's a big power threat. Martin Dihigo. And first offering is fouled off. The wind to kick the pitch. Check swing, went around. 0-2 now. He goes down looking. That one pushed foul. And the lefty with the 0-1. And it's fouled away. Bates, the base runner at first with one out. Not even close there. And the count is 1-2. That one hit to right. Terry under it. Drops into the glove. 2 down. Raymond back to work. Hard hit left side. Tosses across to first, and they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th. And he deals. And he bunts, but that's a foul ball. Bunted back towards the mound. Gets it to first, and the leadoff man retired here in the 9th. Back at Hilldale Park, bottom of the 2nd. Stepping in the long ball threat, Martin Dihigo. In the air, right side. Terry on the move to his left. Grabs it on the run. 1 down. Strike 1.
0-1.
Bates at second with 2 down.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
And he's in safely at third. And a run comes in to score.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. He didn't smoke that ball, but he didn't have to, man. When you're working the ball gap to gap, there's so much open space out there. So I think that knock was all about his approach and that willingness to just let the ball get deep on it.
Zips it to first. Now 2 away as they get a run across. Dihigo swings through it for strike 1. Comes up empty on the swing. 0-2 now. 1 down, base is empty. And he hits a ground ball right side. In plenty of time to first. Now 2 away. Bottom half of inning number 2. Here's Dihigo. The wind of the pitch. And a rope into center field, base hit. Around first and hustling for second. The throw in. And he's into second with nobody out.
Waste no time there. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
And that one is lifted in the air. And that'll fall for a base hit. Makes the turn and heads for second. Now the tag at second, and he's out, trying for 2. That one's in there. Strike 1. That one out to right. Terry flying after this one. In one hops off the wall, should be extra bases. Runner from second scores as they add on, and it's 4-0.
Martin Dihigo grew from a skinny kid from Cuba into a statuesque athlete, or as Monty Irvin would say, a beautiful ball player. Movie star good looks, tall, strong, one tremendous baseball player, and he speaks to the immense talent that was there in the Negro Leagues. But more importantly, he speaks to the fact that the Negro Leagues did not care what color you were. They welcomed any and everyone who could play.
Okay, all set to go. Here's Martin Dihigo stepping into the box. And here it comes. Nice grab. Over to first. And he gets him. Nicely done. Donaldson back to work. And first offering is fouled off. And a foul ball. Donaldson delivers. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Donaldson winds and fires. Ripped on the ground to second. On to first. Leadoff hitter gone in the third. In there, and it's 0-1. Next pitch way upstairs.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Line drive, base hit. Back now at Muehlbach Field. Bottom of the ninth. Here's the third baseman, Sutton. Strike one. On top of his amazing physical skills, Martin Dihigo was a tremendous baseball mind. He managed several of the teams he played for, including the New York Cubans. Scoops it up barehanded, throws across the diamond. One gone. Dihigo has been just masterful.
Yeah, Boog, and that Cubans team you mentioned also had Lefty Tion, father of future MLB All-Star Louis Tion.
And in 1935, they played one of the greatest series ever against the Pittsburgh Crawfords, featuring Satchel Paige, Josh Gibson, Cool Papa Bell, and Oscar Charleston. That must have been a sight to see. Digging in, Newman. Check swing, tried to hold up. Now an appeal to third, and that's going to be ruled a swing. Foul ball. Next one off the plate inside. Now 1-2. He swings and hits a fly ball. Center field. Turner drifts towards it. Ball game. Martin Dihigo pitches a gem to win it for Hilldale.
Thanks to the tutelage of great Negro League stars like Oscar Charleston, who spent quite a bit of time playing in Cuba, took a young Martin Dihigo under his wing and helped teach him the art of playing this game. Martin set new standards there in the Negro Leagues, standards that we still tout to this very day.
Here's Martin Dihigo stepping into the box. The pitch. And that's ripped for a base hit. One run's in. The second run scores. It's 2-0. Now here's an easy out with a pair of runners stranded together. Things getting a little messy on the bases.
Hall of Famer Buck Leonard, who was a star for the Homestead Grays, made it very clear that by his estimation, the great Martin Dihigo was not only the greatest black baseball player, but the greatest baseball player of any color. El Inmortal, or some would say El Maestro, the master, because he could do it all. He is the only baseball player in the history of our sport to be enshrined into 5 different countries' baseball halls of fame. He's in the Mexican, Cuban, Venezuelan, Dominican, and in Cooperstown.